Welcome to another episode of Dungeons and Dragons Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And I am Valen. I'll be the Dungeon Master / Game Master for today. And I'll be doing the recap. But before we do the recap, let's introduce the players. We have here on the top left, Kashka.
Hi, I'm playing Grifola, a Deep Gnome Warlock.
And next to her, we have the monkeys.
Hello, I am Natea. I am a Asmar Paladin. I had to think about it for a second. I had too many characters there. And this is Smoke. He's the Tabaxi rogue who is obsessed with feathers.
And stabbing and feathers.
He's a stabby cabbage.
A lot.
Stabby tabby.
A lot of stabbing.
And then next to the monkeys, we have Robin.
Playing Vern, the ranger, and also technically the healer.
More or less the group medic is more accurate. He's patching everybody up as they go. And of course, I'm playing the DM. It's my job to try and lead them on a merry chase before I ultimately kill them in a horrible manner. So, you being the viewers, if you know things about this or you are seeing my screen, please do not reveal to the players in chat, if at all possible, because they don't know this and they don't see this and they don't get to watch the streams because I told them not to. But let's do a quick.
We always do it.
Yeah, spoilers. Anyway, so let's do a brief recap. Our group of adventurers, which came together through previous episodes, found themselves in the massive city, bustling city of Waterdeep, where they seeketh. They looked for employment.
Sort out.
Right, and perhaps a place to stay, and were able to find a job at the Yawning Portal, a tavern, which had a bit of trouble, and in so proving themselves capable of handling the situation, Eventually, yes. They were able to procure a contract with somebody, or at least a verbal one, which actually paid some money up front for them to find a missing persons, or a missing person, which turned out to be multiples. But they are on the search for Floon Blagmar, a strawberry blonde haired handsome man who was last seen partying it up with a noble. And our group followed the trail to an abandoned warehouse, give or take multiple adventures along the way, and found out that the abandoned warehouse was not abandoned. But it did have a captive that seemed to resemble that description, only to find out that it was Floon's compatriot at the time, who may have been mistaken for him. And actually, allow me to share with the people here. Volo, the person who offered them the contract, and of course, just a little fun thing here, a little view of them arriving at maybe not specifically them in the picture, but arriving at the warehouse and being ambushed by some Kenku, which obviously heard them breaking in through the window, and really got in some nasty surprise rounds in there, and did some real good damage to the group. But
you're not a sneaky bunch.
Yeah, no, apparently not. But you're able to piece together, after eventually overcoming the Kenku and taking the last one prisoner, which is also very weak, that there was a guild battle of sorts here. The warehouse was more or less owned by the Zentarum, or being run by the Zentarum, and it was attacked by the Xanathar Guild. And these were some Xanathar leftovers of the Kenku, which are the bird people here, were left over at the warehouse to take out any remaining Zentarum that show up. But they questioned the Kenku that they still had, and they were able to find out a little bit of information from it. Unsure if it's male or female. It doesn't really state in here. But they were able to find out that it was, of course, Xanathar that attacked the Zentarum group, which Xanathar seems to be an underground group just bent on chaos, as far as we've been able to determine. Zentarum are more a mercenary group than anything else. And one of the clues that was said... Oh, no, wait, we'll get back to that. Anyway, that they ended up looting the bodies, finding somebody underneath the stairs, hidden away, and it turned out to be a man who looked similar to Floon, and was obviously...
You're going in loopholes.
Yeah. What's that?
You're going back to what you did before.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. The Rayner Neverember is who they ended up questioning. The group ended up questioning at this point. And they are currently considering taking him into custody in cuffs at this point, when he came out, and they were pretty much deciding what to do at this point. So, any other comments or questions you guys have before? Otherwise, take it away, folks. How do you want to start this? Because you found him. He's happy to be found and not being taken hostage and murdered. You know that he is a noble of high rank, in fact, and potential prince-like character. And last, I believe you guys are threatening to put him in manacles.
Yeah. I'm going to just turn around and head back up the stairs to see if there's anybody else.
Upon seeing you start heading up the stairs, Rayner would actually speak up briefly and say, Have you found Floon? I feel terrible with the thought that they probably mistook him for me. I was actually just concerned he wasn't going to make it back to his inn that night, and he was pretty drunk, so I was accompanying him. I did not think that we would be waylaid as we are.
Do I believe him, or do I think that I Oh no, I guess I'm a little suspicious. Like, I think there's the potential that he set Floon up.
Make an insight check.
Oh, that would mean I should have my character sheet open. Huh?
Always have the character sheet open. You have a bit of eyes.
See how I do? Ah, crap.
He sounds genuine.
Okay.
Be right back.
I say to him, you should feel terrible. You should be helping us find him as soon as you can.
He says, I would be glad to. Do you intend to bind me?
We probably should, so he doesn't run away.
I will not, sir. He actually looks a bit indignant at the remark. I may have hidden the cupboard, but when there's 10 to 1, one knows that you sometimes need to retreat to survive.
Really? That's never occurred to me once.
Says, I don't have such a luxury.
I just motioned for him. I said, well, come on. I'm going up here. When we're done here, we'll take you where.
All right. So you're heading up the stairs then?
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me. So let me actually drag this off to the side. So it's less in the way. And I'm actually going to take you upstairs. Anybody going with her?
I'll follow. That way I can start looting up there too.
All right. So, where are you? I don't even see you.
Me and my friend, the injured Kenku, are going to be following along as well. Kenku.
Are you on the map?
Who?
I'm trying to remember the cat's name.
No.
Sorry. Mr. Monkey, are you on the map?
Yes, I am. I'm looking at me now.
Can you move you're underneath her? Ah, that's why I couldn't see her.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, there we go.
Okay, wait, what just happened?
I had to move you. Whoa. Smoke,
We're all
you're
like
over here
piled on
now.
top of each other there.
Well, I'm pretty sure the cat was just towering over her, but somehow it's still hidden.
So Rayner says,
I am a rogue.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Said I am a rogue. Very evasive.
Well, Rayner says, I would gladly accompany you in searching for Floon. Do you want me to, because the party seems to be split. Shall I stay here, or would you like me to come upstairs? I can defend myself if needed, but I don't have any weapons.
Hand over onesie short sword.
Okay. And he takes it gladly.
Get my short swords.
He says, a bit crude, but it should do.
Okay, me and the Kenku go upstairs. I just can't move the Kenku.
Come
Rayner.
on, fancy pants. We're all going upstairs.
All right, he follows. So I'm actually going to kind of move you guys a little bit so I can get enough space. Anybody else going upstairs?
I think Griffola is the only one.
All right. Griffola, you
Yeah.
staying?
I would like to kind of do a search of the perimeters of this space. See if I'm missing any, like...
With
Any
my
other-
Kenku.
I'm just going to assume that the Kenku is with you, Vern, so I don't need to move him around at the moment.
Okay, that works.
But Griffola, you said you'd like to search the area on the ground floor?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check. Okay. I will actually get back to you momentarily because that will take you a bit of time to search the area.
Yep.
Meanwhile, you can hear them start going upstairs. And those that have gone upstairs, it's a balconied area. There's lots of more or less junk just about everywhere around here. Stacked with crates, and you can overlook kind of over the ledge, actually, which I don't know if you guys can see it easily or not. But
Nope.
basically, when you go up the stairs and to the right, let's see if I can ping. If you guys can see my ping there. this wall.
Yeah.
That's actually a balcony edge overlooking down below, where you guys just were. And currently you just see a lot of junky looking crates.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of move through and look around over here in this. About that.
Okay. There's a door at the end of the hall, on the left there, as you've just come across.
Okay, I'll go and
The door before you
yeah,
being the rogue.
yeah. I yell. I kind of I tell someone, "Hey, there's a door over here. Come over here."
All right. And Rayner pretty much comes along with you guys, and
Same.
yeah. Excuse me.
Considering that he also has no night vision, me and him are basically sticking together.
Yeah, more or less. Yep. Actually, I wonder. No, I can't give you control of it like that. Besides, you'd get stuff that you shouldn't know. Anyway, so he just sticks with you guys. And what exactly are you doing, Mr. Stabby Tabby?
Well, examine the door, look for traps, see if it's locked.
Okay. I would like for you to make an investigation check. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
You have found
The type of wood the door is made of.
a door. And it's actually not trapped or locked as far as you could tell. And you're able to actually, you hear a small, tiny sound on the other side. Maybe some kind of rodents or something in the walls or on the floor.
And there's also a hallway the other direction.
Mm-hmm. Yep, pretty much the balcony continues on, overlooking this side here going down. And you can see that there's, right here, there is actually a mast arm that was used for kind of lifting some of the crates.
Okay. Really hard to see with, my limited vision.
Yeah, you guys really can't see it that well. Let's see if I can even modify that on the dynamic lighting layer. No, not without removing an entire wall. So that's not happening. Sorry.
Door's unlocked, door's not trapped. I think there's rats on the other side.
Are you hungry?
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna open it since I just look at it and roll my eyes, and I'm gonna open.
Okay. Oops. I'm on the wrong layer again. So let's just click on the. Can I click there? There we go. There you go. Door's open, and you probably see a rat in there.
Okay, that actually is a rat.
Yep. And it just kind of like scurries off.
So it's not an rogue.
And it's like
Right.
searching along the wall for a way to get out and stuff.
I'll just step in and look around.
You see that there is a boarded up window here, and there seems to be another doorway there. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Yep, and that's pretty much it.
All right, I just point at the next door and look at smoke and just point.
What is that?
That's a boarded up window.
Okay.
It looks like it's actually like something was thrown through it, and the glass is on your side, but it was boarded up on the outside. So you can see that there was a smashed window and somebody put some boards over it from the outside.
How did they do that? There's Spider-Man here.
It's possible.
Keep an eye out for radioactive spiders.
They may have used a ladder.
That's just nonsense.
All right, so there's another door. What you guys doing?
Same.
All right, go ahead and make another investigation check. Pretty much the same exact thing.
I think there's another
rat
mouse.
in it?
All right, I'll go in again.
All right. There you go.
There actually is another rat or two.
And they pretty much scurry off to the corners as best they can. I can't move them off to the corners very well. They start looking for ways to just scurry away from you guys. And pretty much there's now 2 doors, as you can see here and here. Come on, Blake.
It's really hard to tell what doors are.
Yeah, I think in the future the dynamic lighting layers will be easier, but you should be able to see there is a door and there is a door. It looks like they're just like some kind of offices. This place doesn't look like it's regularly used in here. And while you guys take a look there at those, actually, let's continue on a little bit longer, and then we'll see how it goes. So you have 2 doors. What do you want to do?
What's over here?
There
The end
is
of the map.
another window.
Yeah, I'll check out the 2 doors.
All right, and pretty
What's
much
with you and your good rolls?
you're getting exactly the same thing. The doors are actually closed in this case, but they don't seem to be trapped or they are closed though. They're not actually locked or anything though.
Okay, I think we're good.
I'm just gonna open the door. I'm gonna open one, then open the other, and just stand there and look in.
Okay. So here and here. There you go.
There's more rats.
There are more
I'm
rats.
just waiting for a giant rat to just appear to try eating our faces.
And they scurry. Same as before, but so upon walking into the offices, you see that they've got desks. There's chairs. I don't have these drawn on here. There's a desk and a chair in each one. They're pretty much covered in cobwebs. There's some like office stuff around here. There is some kind of mechanism going up and around and to each of the. Hold on a second. Yeah, above each of the doors. All right. And while you guys think about what to do, we're going to go over to Kashka with Grifola here. And you did a perception of 15. In your search around, I'm going to move you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You found that there seems to be something going on with this wall. As you were searching, you found some kind of like a brick or something like that seemed a little bit off, like it actually had handprints on or around it, and everywhere else seemed to be pretty just dusty, covered and stuff, and it actually looked like it was loose. So, what do you want to do?
If it looks like it's loose, I'm going to try and remove it from the spot where it's at.
Okay. It's tough to get your fingers around it. I mean, it is a good sized brick, and you've got small hands. You are able to try and grab it with the tips of your fingers, but it doesn't seem to want to come forward.
Why you gotta be difficult, brick? What have I got that I can use?
A knife.
I'm trying to remember if my unseen servant would be able to, like... Hang on. Searching. Because it can move through, like, tiny slots, right? So... Could it push the brick from the other side, potentially?
I think you have to have sight on the hand.
I can see the brick.
On the hand.
On the hand? What? What? What kind of crap is that?
Chat is dying right now.
So it's a shapeless force that performs simple tasks at my command until the spell ends.
What do you want to try and do?
Springs into existence. Wait, what?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to have it push the brick from the other side.
It doesn't move.
Okay. Then I take a blade out. I believe I have a dagger.
Okay.
Alright, so is it sticking out at all?
It seems to be flush with the wall.
Okay, then I push instead of pulling.
You hear a click. And then like the wall itself seems to actually like start moving backwards a bit, and the seam of the door itself that you didn't see is actually there, and it actually opens up. Hold on a second. Boop. Into a secret area. You have found a secret. One of X amounts has been found. Oh, hold on, I gotta find what that area is. Z3, secret room. Okay, so upon opening it, you heard that click, and it sounded like some pulleys started moving, and the door just kind of like very easily opened up. Didn't squeak or anything, just opened up almost silently in the door, but you heard some kind of mechanical action. So let's stop right there. And you guys in the offices, we'll come back to you in a moment there, Kashka.
I'm taking cover, by the way. As soon as I hear the click and the pulleys, I'm like crouched down, like with my hands on my head, like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, this is gonna hurt.
It seems to be that is part of the mechanism that opens the door.
Yeah. I'm still not trusting it, like preparing for damage.
So you guys, you were in the rooms. You see that there's like office furniture and some stuff in here, and then there's some mechanisms above the doors. Mechanical mechanisms, I should say.
All right. I'll go ahead and look in the desks real quick, and then poke the mechanical things.
Anybody else?
I kind of just take a step back outside the room. It will still see.
It's important that our healer lives, okay?
All right. And how about you, Lissa?
I'm just standing I'm standing outside the rooms where I was.
Okay. So, let's see here. I need to find... Is it Z5? Offices. There we go. So, I should say, Smoke. You find a folded paper crane. Is it like sitting in the middle of one of the office desks, seemingly pretty brand new looking, like it was intended to be that way.
Origami killer?
It is. It's one of the few things actually not covered in any kind of spiderweb.
I found a paper bird.
Is it trying to kill you?
I need everybody to make an intelligence check that's upstairs.
Death of 1,000 paper cuts.
Yep, that does seem to be my intelligence.
Oh wow.
Smoke. And that's fine.
Okay, I thought this might happen, but yet you guys have Mr. Neverember with you. He says, "Oh, did you now? Those things are ever so useful."
A paper bird's useful?
Why, yes, they're magical, of course.
And it's still not trying to kill us.
Nice. I shall put it in my pocket then, with my mechanical crab.
Ding. Make it, and it's actually called a paper bird.
Wait, so the cat's keeping a collection of animal toys.
Mhm.
Seems logical.
Yeah.
He says you never
I'm
can
like,
have enough
okay,
of those
then.
things.
That's not very interesting. So I guess we should leave? Or is there anything else that you see you want to play with?
Like, I want to know what the bird and the crab are going to do together. But do we have to...
Hey, what the bird and the crab do in their own time is none of your business.
All right, Smoke, you had said previously you were going to poke the mechanical mechanism. Were you going to actually do anything with that?
Yeah, I'm going to poke it.
All right, so as you get close to it, it and the one in the other room both start making a loud ringing noise. Bzzz, like a school, traditional stereotype of school bell sound going off. Ring. And then it stops.
Yeah, I found a way to make some noise.
You didn't actually even touch it. You got close to it. You were about to, and they both go off, and then they just stop.
I turn towards the door.
That can't be good. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try to rush out and stuff. So we probably need to go find Grifola. Just
Yeah.
Vern, because the Kenku is also with you, it's just kind of like looking around, afraid, like you know, just kind of like, and it imitates a young boy's voice saying, "What was that? What was that, Mother?"
Kenku, we have no clue. Come on.
yeah, I'm just running out. I'm running out. I'm like, Smoke, come on.
Okay. Rayner goes with you guys, and the Kenku, of course. So let's go back to Grifola. So the door opens, you shield yourself, and nothing happens. You don't get blown up or anything like that.
So slowly kind of peek out. I'm like,
there are 2 large crates in here. They are not sealed, but they're closed.
They're like nailed shut? Or?
No, just closed.
They're both the same size? How big are they?
Pretty good size. Pretty good size. Probably about as big as you, maybe a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to open the first one.
Okay. And you find inside, drum roll please, a painting.
Of?
City of Luskin Neverwinter. Oh, there are, hold on a second. Oh, sorry. 4 paintings. There's one of Luskin, one of Neverwinter, one of Silvery Moon, and one of Baldur's Gate. They do not seem to be in their frame boards. They look like it's the painting itself removed from a frame and just laying flat in the crate in very protective papers.
Okay. I'm going to take them out
Mm-hmm.
and lay them on top of the crate next to it.
Okay.
Okay. So, is there anything else in the crate?
Packing.
Okay.
And the crates that were used look like they were in better condition than most of the crates you saw in the rest of the warehouse.
Okay. Do I hear the others coming back downstairs?
You probably hear some... You actually heard the faint sound of you rolling a perception check. I just realized I don't know if you would hear this or not. Let's roll a perception check. Okay, you thought you might have heard some kind of sound upstairs, but it wasn't people or something. Maybe a bell rang? That was kind of weird. But you're probably thinking that they're like shuffling through stuff, or maybe they got into trouble. Who knows?
All right. So if I don't, I'm listening out for them coming back downstairs. Okay.
Okay.
So if I don't hear them coming back downstairs yet, then I'm going to put the paintings back in this crate and close this one and open the next one.
Okay. You don't hear them coming downstairs yet. And you open up the second one, you said?
Yep.
Okay. It's got silver bars in it.
Oh, nice.
Bars of silver. Excuse
Silver bars. Silver bars. Like a lot? Like how many silver bars are we talking
15
about?
silver bars.
15 silver bars. Okay. Interesting. Alright. And they're kind of taking up the whole crate, as far as I can see?
More or less, that crate is smaller, but obviously much heavier.
Okay.
And you probably would think that those paintings, you could probably roll them up. Because they're not on their frame board. It's like somebody took the canvas off of the frame in a rush or something along those lines.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm closing the small crate with the silver bars in it.
Okay.
I'm opening the first crate back up again.
You start hearing them coming down the stairs.
Okay, I'm quickly and quietly rolling the canvases up so they don't take up space. Then I'm climbing in the crate with the canvases and closing the lid.
Wait. So you're leaving the secret room open, but climbing in the crate.
Yep, I'm climbing in the crate, closing the lid, and I'm hiding in the crate.
And you've got the pictures rolled up in there with you.
Yeah.
Or the paintings, excuse me. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to try not to sit on them or anything.
Okay. All right. Excuse me. You find it like kind of poking yourself a little bit that, looks like some of the frame supplies are in part of the packing. But, just like but they look like they're mostly broken, so they were removed from it. So you make a stealth check. The rest of you. All right. So you're coming out and heading down. I'm assuming, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. And let me transport everybody. Can I do that? I think I can.
Click and drag.
Yeah. There. I'm gonna move you over there. There you go. You are now coming down the stairs. There's dead Kenku at the bottom of the stairs. The one that you have with you is all like stepping over his dead friend. Very uncomfortables. And I don't think anybody has a very high passive perception. Holy crap. Natea, is 18 your passive perception?
No, 12 is mine and 15 is smoke.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, sorry. I had it backwards. All right, 18 is your AC. That's right. Okay, so Grifola is missing. Last you saw, she was poking through a bunch of crates. Excuse me. You don't have eyes on her at this moment.
My goal is just to prank them, by the way. Like, first person to open the crate, I'm gonna...
I was kind of assuming so.
Okay. Check.
Our little gnome is missing. I need to collect some feathers.
Oh, here, I'll...
Wait, are you plucking the dead Kankus?
Yes. Just one each.
They're relatively grubby, ugly-looking feathers.
It's compulsory.
Okay. And they are actually not shiny or anything like that. They're very grimy. In fact, these guys seem to be like missing more feathers than they have, sadly.
Well, I already have a couple of Cancun feathers, but I kind of have to,
Take the rest.
All right, so you're plucking Kenku How about you, Natea? What are you up to? You notice Grifola is missing as well.
I'm just shaking my head as I walk past Smoke, and I'm gonna start looking around and kind of yelling for her.
I'm assuming, Kashka, that there will be no response.
In the box, I'm like...
Okay. So pretty much around the rest of the room, the main area, there's nothing. If you guys start looking for her, then you'd actually find that here is where I'm pinging now. I don't know if you can all see. There is an opening in the wall.
Trying to locate past these boxes really hard.
Robin, did you unhood the lantern so it's just like this bright light now?
I should have after the battle.
All right, so let me restore.
No, actually, during the battle, I actually had unhooded it.
Okay, let me give you. There you go. That a little bit easier.
Yes.
You should be able to see a little bit easier now.
A little? That's a lot easier. I can actually see without having to move everywhere.
Yep. So you guys now see that there is an opening back here in a small room. Anybody interested in checking it out, or are you just gonna leave it alone and continue looking for Grifola, or just leave? Rayner seems to be saying, "Where's the smaller one that was with you? She had the bluish hair, the Sverfneblin, I believe."
Leaving seems to be a very tempting offer.
What was she? She was with you all, yes? She was asking me questions as if she was.
Yeah, where she wandered off to, that's the question.
All right, so what you guys doing?
And Natea, Smoke.
I forgot you've got Nell in there with you, Grifola. Smoke's busy plucking feathers. Very happily, I might add.
It's just one each from each corpse.
Ah, okay.
I'm pretty sure he says one, but it's a whole handful.
Do you pluck one from the living Kenku prisoner?
Does he?
It looks like he's thinking about it.
Okay. I forgot what I was doing. Come over here, and do I see the opening?
Yeah, there's an opening in the wall back here into a small room.
Okay, I'm gonna walk into the opening over here, and look in. I guess I see the crate.
There are two nice-looking crates. One of which is smaller, the other one is larger. And they are not sealed, but they are closed.
Hold on, before you open them to check, should we just poke them just in case something's hiding?
I think we should stab the crates.
Robin, are you metagaming this? Seriously, come on.
No, I'm not actually being serious about that.
I think we should set fire to the crates just in case this bad guy.
The crate explodes in a fireball.
I'll just look and I was like, we don't know because we don't know what's in here and if it's valuable or if it's stolen from somebody. So I'll just I'll tell him I can push one over to see what's in it. We can open the top. They don't look like they're nailed.
Could there be something below them?
Is there something below them? The floor.
Hey, for all I know, there could be a secret trap door below. Or how big are these boxes, actually?
Well, I don't know if you want to search the entire room first or something, or what. But as you see a stone floor, it looks like a small room, secret room, because the door that is actually open looks like it's part of the wall. It would appear that Grifola had found some secret passageway. Or it opened while she was gone and somebody snagged her and ran off with her.
Where is her bird?
Nowhere to be seen.
Kenku, you remember? You know this room?
He says in kind of a haggard voice, "First I've seen of it."
I look at him. I say, "Can you make a raven call?"
And he does a raven call.
I'm gonna see if her bird will come out.
You don't hear anything in return.
I think our bird needs to do an intelligence check.
Said, all right, well, we can't find Griffola, so I guess this just looks like a bunch of dusty crates.
Like I said, they don't look like dusty crates. They look
they don't look like
they look
dusty
like
crates.
nice crates.
All right, I'll just go to the first one I see, and I'm just gonna flip the top of it off really quickly.
That's the one the Griffola's in, and it's the bigger one.
As soon as the lid starts moving, I like just push it the rest of the way off and like stand up suddenly and fling the paintings all over the place. And yeah.
Natea, you are suddenly attacked by a Sverfneblin with paintings.
Good thing she doesn't have Counter-Strike.
So there you go. She popped out of the crate with a flurry, and most likely.
I go.
I just stand there with no facial expression, paintings bouncing off my armor. I'm like, "Are you done now?"
Controller just totally deflates. Like, climb out of the crate.
Did you find anything interesting other than paintings?
I say that one is full of silver bars. But actually, I'm going to start like looking at the paintings in more detail now. I'm done with my ridiculous.
Okay.
Also due to having actual light.
Yes.
Rayner would comment freely, unless people like looked sourly at him or something. He would probably say, "Oh, those are probably some kind of black market goods or something that they were planning on trading or storing at some point. No doubt they're worth at least some money."
Oh, good. We have paintings worth money, a person worth money. This is working out well for people that like money.
At this, you guys, let's see, who has 13, 12, 14? He's somebody different altogether. He's not going to have it. Smoke might, yeah, actually, Smoke, you'd probably hear a large number of footprints.
Footprints?
Like footfalls.
Footsteps?
I think a bunch of people are coming. We should probably leave.
Upon that,
Since we're
you hear BAM! As the front door that was previously closed is like busted in off its hinges. And
I'm climbing back in the crate.
I'd like to carve my lantern.
You hear City Watch! All of you drop your weapons! And he's like, "Men spread out!" And you start hearing, and light pours into the entire room. I don't think I actually have these guys all set up with light giving, so you'll have to forgive me. In this case, I'll just have him.
Close the secret door.
Have me close it!
Yeah, I'm just like, I just kind of motion for everybody to get in the room.
And more or less, these guys, let's see if I can actually bring them into the lair, please. Oh, right, I need lair. Token lair. Oh, gosh, I have to do that with every one of them? Are you serious? Layer, token layer. Oh, gosh. I hope I don't have to do... There we go. Yay. I can select them all. Except I don't need... I don't need to do these ones. Oh, no. I just undid everything. I am failing at this. Wow. All right. Let's change all these guys to the token layer again. I moved around like a GM item by accident. Yeah. So if you see something that says Z2 or Z3 in the main warehouse, don't be surprised. Just saying. And okay. Can I have Eustace here actually giving light? Has all players see light has sight. Save. 60. Save. There we go. All right. So you hear these guys just busting in. Then they pour in, more or less, to the area. And you guys were, what, trying to just duck into the secret passage? Is that what was going on?
Wait, why are we trying to hide? We're the good guys. We saved this pretty one.
Right, and Rayner says, "Oh, thank goodness the watch is here." And
I'm rolling. Then in that case, I'm rolling up the paintings and I'm like shoving them down my pants. I'm like...
and he starts walking kind of out this way. The Kenku actually starts hiding a little bit behind the crates a little bit. And you've got guys from the watch.
Still have the manacle on because I think he'll be dragging Vern with them.
Stop. All right, so we're gonna.
I hurry up, quickly remove the manacles from the Kenku. Okay,
you're
cool.
removing the manacles from the Kenku?
Yep.
Okay. And they're all, you hear them reporting that we've got bodies over here. We've got some dead people. Oh my gosh, there's multiple. There's so many dead people. There's some Zentarum, and then you see Eustace Staggett come over here and say, "You there!" And he actually points one of those little like billy club looking things in his hand. He points it over at you guys and says, "Come out of that corner there." And you see Rayner walk up to him and say, wait, what was he? He is... Hold on.
You should really name your tokens.
Well, he is named, but I thought that he had a rank associated with it. I guess
Super fancy pants, that's his rank.
He's going to be captain. Oh, he is captain. Look at that. Okay.
Super fancy pants.
Yes. Rayner steps forward and says, "Oh, thank goodness you're here." And Eustace says, "Oh, we've got nobility here, on your honor." And he looks over and says, "Are you all right, sir?" And he walks up to Rayner and kind of like does like this, like kind of a bit of a bow and a hand across the chest and says, "Are you all right here, sir? We had this area under surveillance. We heard there was reports of some scuffle going on." And a couple more veterans come up behind him here. You can see they come up. And they're inspecting, seeing what's going on. They've got their swords out. Are there any more hostiles here? And he looks over and sees the Kenku and sees the dead Kenku on the ground.
I just kind of look at him like, no.
Rayner points at the Kenku and says, "He's one of the ones that tried to kidnap me." And points at the Kenku. Says, "These others here all helped rescue me." Says, "Oh, very good, sir." And he kind of steps back and motions for the rest of you to come on out and says, "Men, take that one into custody." And reaches over and grabs the Kenku, who then makes this noise as it gets like yanked.
Pull my hand. Well, grab the guard's hand. This one's mine. He has information I might need for a little while longer.
And the captain says, "You're welcome to question him, but we're going to have to take him into custody." I believe he's part of the either Sanithars or Zentarum guild that have been running this little, what do you call it, a gang war lately.
Before we leave the room, I'm gonna put like four silver bars in my pouch. I'm gonna look at Grifola and I'm just gonna smile and just smirk and put them in my pouch.
All right, there are 15 silver bars in there right now.
I'll try to stuff as many of them in my pack as I can.
Okay.
You see Grifola is still like struggling with the paintings. She's like trying to shove them under her coat. And
The paintings are about as even rolled up. They're about as tall as you are, but they just look like some tattered canvas, that you have rolled up. Rayner says, "These good people helped set me free. They tried these ruffians here tried ransoming me or questioning me, and it was a horrible fright. But the rest of these ones here, they came to my aid, and they're recovering their items that were taken from them there." And he kind of points to the back, and the captain says, "Very good, sir." And he just kind of like ducks his head a little bit. It seems that Rayner has pretty much like covered for you guys on this one. Not a problem. He is happy to help.
Thanks, pretty one. Appreciate you.
The captain talks to Vern and says, "If you want to question the suspect here, you can take him over there with the rest of the men. Meanwhile, I'd like to get some information from the rest of you, if you don't mind." So, actually, hold on a second. I need to look at this. Okay. And he says, "Is this everybody then? Is there anyone else that you found in here?"
No one that we left alive.
Are there any more upstairs? And he like kind of motions for one of the guards to go upstairs, which they do.
We saw
There's a thing
nobody.
that makes a lot of noise.
What's that?
You wanna go first?
There's a thing up there that makes a whole lot of noise. It's fun. You should play it.
He says, and the captain actually looks a bit disappointed. He says, "Very well. All right, so clean up the room. We've got evidence to collect, so on, people to bury. Let's get this out of here." And he starts like clapping his hands and stuff, and these two guys just head off to start taking like control of the dead bodies and stuff. This one here needs to go back to the GM layer. There we go. It's gone. As well as dragging off the Kenku over to the side here. The dead bodies dragged over there. And he was escorting your Kenku there over into this area around the corner. So do you want to go over there to question him, or...
I'm going to leave him be for now.
Okay.
Hopefully he doesn't get killed.
So the captain kind of walks over to the rest of you, and are you guys like still hiding back there? I'm assuming that between the two of you, you're able to get all of the silver bars.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to be walking a little bit funny, but he's not going to really care at this point. He doesn't seem to care whatsoever. So
can I get back my short sword from Ryder?
Excuse me. Rayner still has it, and he says, "Well, I thought I'd be accompanying you to try and find Floon."
Oh, I thought you needed just for hair.
He says, I thought you would allow me to come along."
Heck yeah, let's get the pretty boy come along. Maybe
Yeah, that works.
we might be able to trade him for Floon. Grifola says, like giving him an evil eye.
We're not trading him for Floon. We're not that bad.
I just look. I just shake my head. I'm like, well, I know we can always use another party member.
So the captain says, "Well, I'll not get in your way, sir, but the rest of you, best not to meddle in criminal matters. Leave this dirty business," and he kind of points to the rest of the corpses in the room, and just in a general flourish, "to the City Watch. Not all City Watch officers are as nice as me," and you can see him and his the rest of the men he's with. seem to be very scary looking, actually. They're rather, they look experienced. And he says, keep the blood off the streets. And he almost has like a wink in his voice when he says that, okay? And it seems to be something that you've heard before, actually. Yeah, you guys might have actually heard City Watch say that. In that exact way.
All we're doing is trying to find a person.
He says, right, well, best of luck to you then. And he just kind of wanders off over here to oversee what's going on with the collection of the rest of the dead bodies and stuff.
All right. Last other guy, I'm like, so. Rayner, I ask him, so where do you suppose we start looking?
I think we should go to the sewers, Grifola says.
Rayner says, that was something I heard mentioned by, and he motions over towards the direction of the Kenku prisoner, of that Kenku. And he says it with such, like, disgust. Not because of the race, but because of just being so, you know, a hired thug trying to take him in.
Yeah, the Kanku says something about that. Although I think we should probably get a little bit of rest, clean up a little bit, and I don't know, Mr. Rayner, perhaps you can equip us a little better, being rich and all.
Well, I'm not rich by any means, but I would
He
gladly
mainly
cover
wants
your
feathers.
expenses at the local inn for a night if you don't. You know, I would gladly take care of such a thing.
That will work. We definitely need to rest.
Very well. I know this wonderful place. It's the Yawning Portal.
That's good because we need to go back there anyway. Oh, and by the way, you can speak to Floon's friend about Floon while we're there.
Bellow.
Oh, I heard about that chap. He was rather nice, actually. I hear he was coming out with some kind of book or something and was having trouble with the initial book. But still, Floon, I'm concerned about him. They have him. They were starting to question him when chaos broke out and I escaped, if only briefly. I owe him my life because
What were they questioning him about?
me. They were asking.
Like, what about you? No.
Previously, they had he had mentioned, I believe. I think I put this in
The
chat. as well.
artifact that his dad has, or they think his father has.
Yep.
Sorry.
An artifact called the Stone of Golor, which was in the hands of the Xanathar Guild until recently. Apparently someone stole it. The Zents thought I knew something about all of this, but I don't. My father and I haven't spoken in years. It was he who knew.
Okay, well then I think we should just move on so we can get rest. Talk to
Voltmeter.
Bolo and all that good stuff.
And we're using the front door this time, right?
Yeah, might as well.
The front door is currently broken on the floor, but you're welcome to walk through the opening.
Close enough.
In fact, they actually have opened up the main warehouse doors. I think, let's see. Take that and that. There we go. Main warehouse doors are open now so that they can easily transfer out the bodies. In fact, I'll remove some of these. Some of the crates have been knocked out of the way and just like a few pieces remain and so on.
It feels so nice being able to actually see.
All right. So where are you guys off to then? Rayner is going to want to go along with you.
Yep, back to the yawning portal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The kitty cat has arrow holes that he would like to lick. Ooh, and a mechanical crab to look at, and a paper bird, and a candle that won't.
Grifola, are you going along
And a
as
good amount
well?
of feathers.
I still see you're in the secret room.
No, I'm going along as well.
All right, cool. I'm going to take you and Nell out there. Excuse me. All right, so it's late. It's pretty much the middle of the night. You guys are able to find your way back. Let's actually do this to the yawning portal. Let's go. Where was it? It was the start page, I believe. Yeah, that's the one. Let's bring you guys over here. Boop. There we are. So, a much brighter map for you all, I'm sure.
Part of the way through, I'm just checking with Scriffola. Do you want me to take some of the weight off you? The guy's just trudging along.
You're barely able to walk with the silver bars you have. Because actually both of you carrying them, probably each one weighs about, I don't know, 10 to 15 pounds. So you've got 150 pounds worth extra between you, I guess. Plus you're carrying these long paintings. That's the difficult part, is that you've got a heavy weight and the long paintings.
Yeah, I mean, if I ended up carrying any of the silver bars, I don't know. I mean, Nataya, how much can you carry?
That's what I'm looking.
I'm sure she could carry them, but it's a matter of, will the bag she's using support that much weight?
Got pockets, right? Got like one pocket, that pocket.
If you guys
all
wanted to at this
pockets.
point, I could just say that each of you is carrying like about 3 or 4 silver bars for now, and just call it good. Except Rayner, of course, he's not going to carry any of your loot. He's not sworn to carry your burdens.
No, yeah.
All right, so you guys, is that all right then? You guys just splitting up the silver bars for now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you make it back to the yawning portal. It's pretty much open all the time because it's such a come and go area. Bonnie is the only one at the bar at the moment. Dernan seems to have turned in for the night. She's kind of covering. It's very, very few people in there. Rayner walks up and puts a few gold pieces on the bar and says, I'd like to get some rooms for these folks here. Could we get it on the 3rd floor, please? And she says, oh, of course, sir. And she does like a little curtsy and a bow. And says, right away, sir. And she runs over and grabs a couple of, like, a few keys, a room key for each of you. And she says, will there be anything else? And he says, did you need any sustenance before you retire, or are you sated for the evening?
I say, I think a flask of wine and some food would be in order.
Would you like to take it to your room, or shall you be having it here?
My room, please.
Very well. And Bonnie then does another curtsy to him, and a little nod to you as well. And then she puts her head in the back, and you hear her bellow. And she says, actually, before she does that, she asks, anybody else want anything before I take the order? I've got wave.
Wave.
Yes. Fish, wine, maybe some bandages.
Well, we don't have bandages, but I could get you some clean cloth.
That'll do. Now I just need to figure out how to use it.
Don't worry, Smoke. I'll help.
Anybody else want any food or drink or anything? Just to take to
Bring me some rum.
I'll take just some random food and wine and go find Volo, I guess.
And
If I can find.
okay. And upon hearing that, she goes, "Oh right, you're Volo's group, aren't you? Okay. 1 second while I get your order."
No. We're not Volo's group.
You're the group that he mentioned. He's left a message for you. 1 second. And she like pops her head in the back, And you see she just like sticks her head into the back kitchen and she like bellows in this really weird voice that sounds much much scarier than what she looks like, for the order, basically saying, I need a rum, I need 3 wines, 2 and 2 of these, 4 of those, blah blah blah. Bring them up to room 2, 4, 8, and 10 on the 3rd floor. Make it snappy. And then she reaches behind the bar, grabs out a couple pieces of cloth and says, here you are, sir. In a totally different voice and mannerism. Hands it to the stabby tabby that is Smoke. And, of course, Rayner puts down another, like, couple gold pieces, or a gold piece or something like that, to cover the food and the cloth. Probably 2. And she says, oh, right. Volo said that he'd be back in the morning. He was going to see his, what was it? His publisher, scripter, editor. I can't remember. It was one of his, something about his book. He needed to check in with him, and then he was going to stay at his place for the evening and then come back in the morning. He said he should be back sometime around 11.
Excellent. Thank you. What time is it now?
It's like 1 a.m.
I just look around. I'm like, well, okay then. I said, I guess I'm going to rest because I kind of need it.
And Rayner says, all right, I will be taking a rest as well. I intend to take a short one. I would like to pursue finding my friend, Floon, as quickly as possible. He was quite charming.
So you're going without us?
I'm hoping that the rest of you would pursue a speedy rest.
I kind of need a long rest.
He says, personally, I would prefer to just be on the way with it now. I'm awake. I have a sword.
Yeah, but you actually didn't do so good against the bad guys last time.
I didn't have a sword then.
Hey, you got a death wish.
Says,
absolutely. But actually, I think that sword belongs to somebody else, doesn't it?
He says, well, I'm assuming that it was loaned to me by...
Your sword?
By... What is your name again?
Vern.
Vern. Thank you, sir. And I'm not saying that I want to go on my own. I'm just eager to be on the way.
I just interrupt them both. I'm like, I said, I know you're eager to find him. We're kind of eager to find him because we need money, but I have to take a long rest, or I can't do anything, and I'll be useless at a battle if we get into a fight. So long rest it is. I'll see you guys later, and I'll just leave, walk up to my...
Right. Okay, then. Shall we all meet?
The cat and her were...
He says, shall we all meet
The cat and her
then?
were horribly injured.
Around 9 a.m. then? Which, that should be...
Sounds great.
That should be fine.
I follow.
All right. And he looks to Bonnie and she goes, right, I'll have morning wake-up calls. Done, sir. And you see, she, like, pokes her head back and she's like, a Neverember noble is here. And you hear it in, like, a stage whisper. It's almost too loud, but she... And then you hear, like, a couple pots and pans, like, drop and... Ching, 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 ching. And she just kind of cringes and closes the door.
I say subtle, very subtle.
And she blushes. So... Are you guys all just heading back and going to taking a rest then?
Yep.
All right. So, no random encounters during the night. You all get rest. You're all full hit points. All your magic's restored.
That's that first.
Yep. Congratulations on surviving.
What can you tell me about my mechanical crab and paper bird?
Anytime that you play with that crab, it doesn't seem to do anything. But anytime that it seems to be out of your sight, you swear it's moved a good foot or two. And the paper bird seems to be blank. Did you try unfolding it?
Well, That one guy said it was magic, so I'm a little hesitant.
Okay. So it seems to be made of blank paper as far as you can tell, but otherwise it is a folded paper bird. Looks like one of those little paper cranes. Little origami. Anything else? Or are we all refreshed and eating breakfast at this point?
I'm gonna let Natea look at it since she knows more about magic than I.
Okay. Make an Arcana roll. Okay. What would you like to do with it? You heard that it was magical. You've not seen one used before. You're pretty sure that it is.
Yeah, just look at it real close, and I'm gonna slowly start unfolding it.
Okay. And it actually, upon just starting to unfold it, it just whoosh, goes flat in your hand. And it's perfectly clean piece of paper.
Okay, I look at smoke and I'm like, see, and I hold it up and flip it over. Paper.
Where'd the bird go?
I'm like, that's the magic. It disappears. Ha! I'll just try to fold it back up like it was in the best I can and put it in my so I'll hand it back to him.
Okay, upon just picking it up and starting to make any kind of motion to try and fold it in a similar fashion to how it was, it instantly whoosh, does so again. It folds right back to the way it was.
Yeah, I just hand it back. I'm like, here you go.
You just witnessed Natea do some magic with this paper.
Oh my god. Okay, now I need to put the little crab in the blank paper and then have it folded around it and then see if the bird moves.
All right, so I'm going to say you guys are pretty much set then at this point.
I do want to take a good look over these paintings. Like once I get to my room, I'm like, pulling them out of my clothing.
I forgot I had paintings.
Spreading them out, looking over them.
Are you guys keeping a group loot quantity or anything like that at this point? Uh-oh. We just lost Robin.
Hi, Robin.
There he is.
I'm really gonna stop hitting buttons.
I think we probably will after, I guess after we rest or something.
That's fine. So did you want to try and figure out how much they're worth? Is that what you're trying to do?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess if I can do like some kind of crude appraisal on them, but mostly I'm just interested in the detail of them. Like I'm just looking over all this detail.
They're very artistic and well done paintings of the four cities.
Okay.
All done in a similar style. So like you could put all four of them on a wall together and they would look very nice.
Okay.
Probably all have a similar matching artist signature on there.
Okay, that's gonna be my question. Okay. So, I don't know if I could appraise these or not, but I take good.
Sorry.
Oh, definitely take good note of the signature.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I can kind of do a crude appraisal, that's great. But otherwise, I just kind of spread them out on the bed, and then just lie in the middle of them.
What were you saying, Robin?
Couldn't the Tabaxi technically be able to maybe have a better chance, considering he is a thief and all?
Maybe. Why don't you make an investigation check, Griffola?
I can do that. Boop. Boop.
Right now, she's just doing it in her room. Okay. You all you know is pretty much what Rayner has told you, and you know that they're probably somewhat valuable. You're not really sure how much. So you imagine it could be 5 gold pieces. It could be 5,000 gold pieces. Oh, the possibilities. Ooh, who knows?
So I'm not going to like lay right on top of them, but I've definitely got them like spread out on the bed, and I'm kind of like laying in the middle of it. That's how I fall asleep. Try not to drool on them.
All right. Then if there's nothing else, then we'll continue on to morning. And, excuse me, you guys all pretty much come down at your wake-up call that Bonnie makes around 9 o'clock. It is Bonnie that does so. And then you see that she looks a bit tired and that she's probably heading off to bed shortly thereafter. So
is it similar to like Sergeant Hartman? She bang around in a trash can with a stick.
No, it's more like knock, 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 and she says, "Wake up call," and she just kind of like opens the door slightly, and it like comes to like a small chain stop, and just for her long enough to stick her mouth and say, "Wake up call," and then she recloses the door, and does that to each of you. So you'd each wake up to it, and I'm assuming you'd all come down for breakfast at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Indeed. And Rayner has already got food on the table. There's quite an assortment, and it's about 9:15 or so by the time you guys get down there. She was actually like on the dot, 9 o'clock. So, and there's food ready and waiting for you. He's already eaten half of his meal. He says, "Please forgive my lack of manners, but I just wanted to get things going, so I started helping myself and took the liberty of ordering for you all."
Thank you very much.
It's nice to have a rich person with us.
Thank you for breakfast.
You're welcome. And food and bones start flying, and so
that's traditional Swerfenadlon way of eating breakfast.
As we're eating, I'm gonna ask whoever's working behind the bar. They got a parchment and pen, I guess, a parchment and quill, and I'll write a letter for Volo, basically a short summary of what we had to leave before he got back, and that we have a guy with us who might know where to find Floon, blah blah blah. And
okay, all right. Would you actually include the detail of who it was that you had with you?
Yes, I'll put his name in there.
Okay. All right, and it's actually Durnan at this point. I think it's more like Durnan does like the main hours, and Bonnie picks up at the during like the late shifts, mostly overnight sometimes, or she was covering for somebody. Kind of tough to say. But Durnan is there, and he's more than hospitable, though very short in his talking.
Yeah, I'm like, "Thanks, Mr. Trollslayer," and I just kind of laugh and walk away.
Okay.
And then finish eating, and I'll be ready to go.
Okay. Smoke, I need you to make a perception check. Okay. There's a woman down south, straight down of where you guys are sitting, basically just across the way. She's eating breakfast as well, and she's right over here, I guess. Let's see if I can click. There we go. She's right over here, and she, oops, seems to constantly be like looking at you.
I don't think that lady's seen a cat eat with a fork before.
I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
That chick over there, and I point.
And upon you pointing, she sees it, and she actually kind of like quickly like finishes with what she was doing and stands up and starts walking over towards you guys.
I'll immediately stand up and stand in front of people.
And she does a deep bow, and she looks over at Smoke and says, "Forgive me and my rudeness. I am Obaya, and it's been some time since I have seen people from my own homeland." And she gestures towards Smoke.
Oh, you're one of those people.
She says, "Yes, I am from Cholt. Please forgive me. I did not mean insult." And she does this, like, a gesture.
Okay. I just have the coloring. I'm not really a shaman.
She says, "I understand. I was just meaning your race. It has been a time since I have seen a tabaxi, right? A tabaxi of in Waterdeep. You are not a common race here, nor is my variant as well." And you can see she's got a rather dark skin as well. And she says, "I wish you good day and enjoy your meal." And she goes to turn around and walk away. Back to her table.
May the cat lord be with you.
And she kind of like, huh? Type look, but she just continues on back to her table.
I just look at Smoke. Really?
Yeah, there are humans that hang out and they think that they're us.
Okay. I pat the back on the head.
That was quite strange.
No, they are.
They're crazy
really-
cat people.
They're crazy cat people. They're weird. A lot of them are really bloodthirsty. They follow the wrong gods.
Rayner is at the table with you guys, and he says, "Oh," and he's got a bit of food in his mouth, and he sets it down and kind of finishes what he's doing, blots his mouth very daintily. Says, "Oh, you're speaking of the Cheltons. Yes, they're not as common here. I think I've seen that woman here before. She seemed rather quiet, but yes. Oh, anyway, I hear they're from a land of dinosaurs." And he kind of laughs.
No, there's big lizards. They normally wear cat heads for hats.
And he gets a good giggle out of that.
No, they're for real.
And he just kind of goes, "Right. Anyway, are we all done then?"
I say, "One moment," and I take the nicest looking pastry I can see and plonk it on a plate and go over to the woman who was just talking to us.
Okay.
Do they have any food at that table? Or
She seems to have a very simple meal. There's not much left. There was a little bit of rice left on her plate. She seems to have just finished.
okay. I say, perhaps you would like to partake of this delicious pastry.
And she says, "Oh, blessings to you. Thank you. You're very kind. I have finished my repast, though."
You finished your what?
My repast. My breakfast, I believe it's called.
Okay. And I introduce myself. I say, "I am Graffola. And your name is?"
Hold on. I gotta open it up again. "I am Obaya Uday." And she does like the little bow again. She seems to be like very like polite in her body language.
I say, "And what brings you to the Yawning Portal?"
"Oh, I have many people that I have met and worked with here, particularly in the Undermountain. I have worked with many adventurers in the past, though I try to make friends with those I can. I just was not expecting to see someone from my homeland here today.
And say, oh, what line of work are you in?
And she says, hold on a second, I gotta close this. Close that.
Maybe she's a healer, guys. Be a cleric.
Oops, I'm in the wrong screen. Is it? Where is it? Okay. Named NPCs. I gotta click on it. I had the right thing open earlier, but I accidentally closed it. There it is. Aha. She does seem to have a priestly look about her. She is kind of like garbed in such a manner. She's got like a bit of a medallion on her, the head wrap she has that kind of like frames her face. A very handsome woman. And let's see. She says she sponsors expeditions into the Undermountain. We hope to bring forth its magical treasures back to my employer, the merchant Prince Wakanga Otamu of Port Nyanzaru. And she does like this big gesture and makes it very like grandiose when she says it. Crossover. No. She says, I do see that you yourself are with someone of that is known in this city here. And you yourself have noble allegiances, it might appear.
I motion to Rayner and I say, oh, that guy? I'm concerned he's going to be... And I hush my voice so that Rayner can't hear me. I'm concerned he's going to be more of a hindrance than a help.
She says, well, I wish you good luck with that. I can understand how the inexperienced can cause more trouble than they are worth. Though in the right circumstances, they can always be turned to good use.
We just found ourselves a meat shield.
And looking at the expression on your face, she goes, I think something might have been lost in translation there. Please.
Oh, no. I'm picking up what you're laying down.
She says, I mean, he has the funds to supply your efforts.
Is that what you do? Provide the funds to supply
she says,
other effort?
I sponsor expeditions to gain magical items from the Undermountain. So I work for Prince Wakanga Otamu of Port Nyanzaru. And
oh, so you're like spending his money. That's even better.
Yes. It is all for the greater good.
I say, perhaps we could join you on one of your expeditions once we have found this Floon guy.
And she kind of like looks over your shoulder at the rest of the group. And she looks you over, and she seems to be like giving you guys a thorough look down. Kind of giving you like a little bit of a judgment. And she's like, perhaps. I think you have other obligations at this time, though, and maybe you are best suited once you have gained some more time.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, I agree. I say I have heard that the Undermountain is a very dangerous place.
It is, and I only ensure the employment of those who have been vouched for by specific people. I do not want to just throw lives away. It is my job to save them, not destroy them.
Oh, okay. So you're good at saving lives. Gotcha. And is she sitting there with somebody, or is it just her?
It's just her at the moment. There is another empty plate there at the table with her.
Okay. All right. I say, well, if we're looking for you, can we find you here?
She says, I do reside here, as this is the main entrance for the Undermountain. And she gestures to the portal itself.
Is the portal the giant well in the center of the room?
Yes, that the troll came up out of, and the sturges and everything. She says, I have a, one might say, almost permanent residence here, as it seems to be a boundless treasure trove for those that have the means.
Okay. I say, excellent. I look forward to potentially working with you in the future.
And she extends both of her hands like this.
I do the same, kind of with some hesitation, like.
And she just kind of cups your hands and puts her thumbs over them, and just kind of bows and.
And I do the same. That's
Says,
like, yes,
blessings to you and yours.
Yes, also to you.
Okay.
What's her name? Can you put her name?
Hold on a second. I think I can give you a handout. There we go. Show it to everyone. Obaya Uday.
Thank you.
It has Snoozy Puggy here.
No.
Quite possibly.
Okay, I look at everybody and tell them, all right, if we're done here, we might want to go get some supplies. We're limited on dragons that we have, and I look at Rayner. I'm like, do you know where we might be able to get some, at least some fairly decently priced healing potions?
He probably, he says, I'm sure that at this short notice, it's early in the morning, there's a few shops along the way, we could probably find something.
And have a hero kit.
What's that?
Hero kits.
And where exactly should we enter the sewers?
Well, usually there are means of doing so. It's not exactly my desired pursuit, as one can imagine, and he kind of gestures to himself, being dressed rather well. He no longer smells of the tainted pickles that he smelled of yesterday. But he says, I imagine that there might be entrances to the sewers on every street.
I think first what we should do is get you more lower ranked clothing.
You need some waders if we're going in the sewers.
We're going to need some floaties if we're going into the sewers. It's the ones with the yellow stuff.
He says, floaties?
Yeah, you know, quiet little things. It's for the short one. She needs some water.
You got any rubber duckies? Can I bring rubber duckies?
Well, the sewer is just where water goes, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, groundwater.
Yeah, nice.
Awesome.
It smells real nice down there, but you don't want to get your that dirty. Yeah. Plus, if you're dressed like that and we're going into the sewers, you're going to attract a lot of attention, unwanted attention. So,
Is there a specific attire for entering the sewers? Oh, this is so exciting.
I look around at everybody in the bar. I'm like,
I would go with brown. I think brown will be safe.
We could camouflage him. Is there a latrine close by that we can?
He says, I do appreciate your trying to help me, and I apologize for my inexperience with the ways of the sewer. I mean, I only know what
The way of the sewer.
I only know what I've been told. I've never actually been in one. I understand that's where the city's wastewater goes, you know, so when people are done washing their clothes, that's where it goes. So I was imagining it was just going to be more like sudsy water.
No, go with brown pants, red shirt. That way you're safe on both ends.
Regardless, I don't think we've got time for that. We should be on our way. My friends there, maybe...
Hey, it's your clothes, man. Your clothes. Let's go.
I'm willing to make that sacrifice. And he actually seems like he's a little bit stung. That his clothes might be ruined, but yeah.
Also, I think Way of the Sewer needs to be a new monk path.
If someone wants to multi-class into monk, let me know.
I lean in and I say, hey, never mind. Because then I was going to say, do you know, when you go to a latrine or an outhouse, do you know where that goes? But then I got to thinking, he's wealthy, so he's probably had people who had buckets that they use, that they just dumped.
Yeah, do you really think that he spent the time cleaning the pickle smell out of his clothes last night?
No. So I told him,
this is going to be fun.
I'm like, well, don't. I said I wouldn't bank on trying to save those clothes after we're done, just to let you know ahead of time. So, but let's head out before it gets too crazy.
They're going to get sudsy.
Right.
I look at my own clothes and armor.
Well, let's be on our way. Let's look for a sewer. And he actually seems innocently a little bit excited.
We should probably start looking around the warehouse area and look for a yellow sign.
Right. A yellow sign. Why a yellow sign?
Because that's what they said. Sewers follow the yellow sign.
Oh, right. Okay, then. Well, let's head back to the warehouse, then. So then you're all heading off to the Zentarum warehouse?
Yeah. Trying to find a shop that's open with healing potions, I guess.
And or healing kits.
Yeah,
so
something like that, yeah.
You're able to, with Rayner's help, you're able to find at least some generic shop along the way that would be able to supply you with any number of healer kits that you would like to purchase. He seems to have been out of the money that he has on him at this point.
Then we really should have broke those 10. What's the money name again? There it is.
Dragons.
Yes. We should have broken those 10 dragons a while back.
How much are the kits?
I was gonna say.
Standard pricing.
Standard price. How much is that?
I think it's like a gold or something. Hold on, let's see.
We got our player's manual here. We'll look it up.
Healing kit. Combat healing word. Staff of healing. Let's just look up.
We'll take all of it for free on the heels.
Healer's kit. There we go. I don't know if it has a price on there.
Healer's kit, healer's kit, healer's kit.
£3.
This is not the right page.
Yeah, it doesn't have the price on here, but if you find it in the book, just mark off however many you want to buy on there. It's fine. And you get, I think, 20 uses out of a kit, if I'm not mistaken.
10.
10? Okay.
Where is that thing?
Oh.
That's a climber's kit.
And we'll procure our kits, and then we will head on to where we're trying to go.
Okay.
5 GP apiece.
There you go.
I'll buy one more.
Okay. Mark off 5 gold pieces and add yourself 10 uses of healer's kit. So, are you guys just going to the warehouse then? Anything else? He's not. He's able to find the shops that sell healing potions, but they're 50 gold pieces.
I do want to. So, are we keeping the rooms like for another night? I'm hoping.
He paid for one night.
He paid for one night.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't really want to take my painting stash down into the sewer.
He would be able to get you a map case that would be big enough that you could store those in it, and it would be waterproof.
Okay.
That would be relatively inexpensive.
Okay. Cool.
So, unless any of you want to spend the 50 gold pieces on a healing potion.
No, we just bought a we just bought a healer's kit because I had 21 gold on.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh god, that's a lot.
Well, it's both of our gold combined. I keep our gold together.
Good point. Okay, that's
You actually aren't really worried about gold.
Plus, I still have silver bars.
All right. So, what do you guys? So you guys are heading back to the warehouse, which actually it looks like it's roped off, and it's got like these little tags hanging from it that say like City Watch, do not enter, and it's got two City Watch guys standing just outside the rope that look a little bit sleepy. Probably been there since last night. Two guys got the short straw just to stay there for now.
Well,
We're
walking
not
around.
in the warehouse. We're just assuming that the sewer entrance is going to be near the warehouse.
Right.
Since that's where it is.
Yep. Just letting you know what you saw.
While wandering around over there, can I be asking people questions here and there?
It's surprisingly deserted in the area, but that's probably a good reason why they picked this warehouse, because there's not a lot of people through here, and that's why there's also only like 2 guards. So you guys are just gonna kind of circumvent the warehouse, looking for any kind of sewer entrances.
Yeah.
Okay, so by doing so, you are able to actually find, not far from it, in fact, it looks like it would probably be very close to the side where like some of the secret doors and the boarded up windows and stuff. There's actually a sewer lid there, and it is circular, made of some kind of metal, and appears to be movable with some effort.
Okay.
Okay.
We're opening, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Strength check.
Let's move everybody over just to the overall big map for now. All right. So, who's trying to lift, and is anybody helping?
I guess I will try to lift it.
I'm what I assessed.
All right. So then, what's going to happen is, Natea, you roll with advantage.
Come on, don't goof. You goof.
That's actually just fine. It takes you guys a little bit. Between the two of you, you're able to manage the lid off. It's not like it's, super heavy or something. I mean, I've experienced some that were. This one is actually, it seems like it was easier to move than expected.
That's a good thing. It means it's been moved a lot before.
So, y'all going down?
Rayner, would you like to take point?
Who?
Rayner?
He says, I sadly did not bring any light source with me. He kind of looks over at Vern and says, Vern, you have that lantern.
Thinking about it, how long were we in the mansion or the abandoned warehouse before?
Probably a couple hours.
Couple hours.
So you
I'll go first.
you'd have like 4 hours left of light. Did you want to get another oil flask as part of your stuff along the way?
6 hours per.
Yeah.
So, assuming that the first oil did not run out fully.
Yeah, you only used up 2 of the 6 hours on it.
Okay, then I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I'm going first.
Who's going first?
Me.
Okay. So
Just thought it'd be funny to send in the pretty boy first.
there is not any kind of metal ladder or anything like that. It's just like holes in stonework. It seems like there's some bricks like just missing for handholds, footholds on your way down. And it's large, arched area, but mostly square with supports. And it goes down into like 1.5 feet of sewage. Slowly running sewage.
But.
It's nice down here. Come on down.
I'm so happy this is not
Water's
2.5.
fine.
So there's no natural light down there, obviously. So are you lighting up your, except
Yeah.
for from the opening itself, are you lighting up your lantern?
Light it up,
Are
put
you
it to my waist, and
you-
jumping down.
are you hooding it, or are you just leaving it open? Like 360 or straight ahead only?
Hold it without putting it. Look down. How narrow is it?
It looks like it's probably about 5 to 7 foot, but as it kind of arches at places, I'd say 5 foot.
I'm gonna hood it.
You're gonna run it hooded? Okay.
Mhm.
So then, are you guys closing the lid behind you?
Well, yeah, safety concerns and all.
Okay. So slide the lid, and
Wait, are cats concerned about safety?
Rayner is actually the last
Evil.
one coming down,
Just
and he's the
chaotic.
one that's sliding the lid. And he does this, kind of slides it back, and as it seals, he then actually looks down to see the light source behind him, and then just goes, "Oh, why do I have this feeling? I've made a mistake." And he lowers himself down and goes, "This smells putrid," and it does. It smells really bad. This is a
We
lot of
warned you.
liquid poo, and pee and stuff. It's the stuff. You don't want to be in the stuff, but you're gonna have to travel in the stuff because there's no walkways on the side. It's just sludge.
Hey, Natea, why didn't we decide to grab some cloth before we came down?
I don't know. I have my cloak wrapped around my muzzle.
There's actually a bit of steam that's going along with it. It just kind of adds to the grossness of the experience. Now, it goes in two directions. You've got, let's just say left and right. And on the wall in front of you, it's actually pretty highlighted that on the left there is a palm-sized circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating out from its circumference.
Wait, do we see any signs?
That is all you see. Otherwise, it's all brickwork and sludge.
I think there's your signs. Like,
Yeah, I just pointed at the wall and I'm like, we're going this way. Breathe through your mouth.
Darn.
But I don't want to
mouth
taste it.
breathers.
Is it a yellow? Is it yellow?
It is.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Is it the right place?
So you guys going left then, where the that symbol is?
Yes.
Okay. So as you guys travel, you come after a few minutes of trudging and sludging and lots of uncomfortableness at the beginning. It actually starts to kind of numb you a little bit. Like you're like, okay, let's just keep going. Some of you might even like gag. I don't know if any of you have particular issues with trudging through this stuff. Rayner is actually holding up better than expected. He's doing okay. He's got his short sword. He doesn't have a scabbard with it, so he's just been holding it out. And you hear him kind of curse every now and then, but I mean, he seems to be holding it together pretty well, considering that he's covered in poo and piss. You come to a crossroads, and it splits again, left and right.
All right, I'll look around on the walls. I'll tell Smoke to look around, help me look around.
Okay.
actually, we're gonna need the lantern. Remember, we seeing kind of shades of gray in the dark.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, okay. I'm like, all right, get the lantern out. You might want to open it up a little bit more so we can see.
By the way, what's your marching order? I know that Natea's in the front.
I'm second.
Okay.
I'll be in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, rich guy probably wants to be in the middle too, so I guess I'll be taking up the rear.
Okie doke. Then Let me do a little rearrange of something here that I have then. So, smoke's at the back. Taya's at the
Are you gonna get attacked by a giant goldfish?
No, I'm just trying to get your or
Mutant goldfish.
Actually, that's
It's
not a
got
bad
eyes.
idea. We should do that. Yeah, I like
Wait,
that.
what
idea.
do you?
That's why you don't flush your fish.
Or any animals down the sewer.
Yeah, no crocodiles.
Yeah,
They're
that's a
bad.
myth. The giant goldfish are real. I've seen them.
Me too.
How about turtles?
Teenage
Fine.
Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, all right, and I'm just assuming that Nell is going to be hidden with Griffola for now, like, or is Nell going to be on your shoulder,
Nell's
on your
like
head?
on my shoulder, like hunched down.
Okay. Nell is not
I-
fond of this.
Hey,
Uh,
how far up does the sewer water go on our boots? On mine?
But it goes up about 1.5 feet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Griffola.
Yeah. Yeah. She's not happy.
Yeah, wait.
So my ankles are wet, but her ribs are wet.
A bit taller than that, but yeah, I'm like wading through. Basically.
She's probably the height of a 7-year-old, so go hard.
Okay. So if you direct the lantern around, you can see that there is another one of those same symbols on the right.
We're on to the right, people.
All right, I guess this is the way we're going.
All right. So you guys continue on. You find several more passageways that seem to split, whether it be once or 3 ways, or it comes to a 4-way crossing or something like that. And each time there is the same symbol. I'm assuming you guys are going that way each time, following that. Okay.
Are we seeing, by the way, any other exits?
That depends if the lantern's being shown up above or not, or if you're actively looking for like more ladders or stairs or anything like that to get up.
Yeah, I would like be keeping an eye out. I'm just kind of keeping tabs on like where the last exit that I saw is.
On occasion, you might see some of those marks on the wall, and they aren't at an intersection. And usually there is some sort of stairway or not stairway, but like a similar ladder that you saw before that probably led up to some kind of opening above.
Okay.
So after an hour of following signs through the tunnels, you come to...
Or what we believe to be an hour.
You guys come to a 3-way intersection where a ladder leads up into a stone shaft capped by a circular metal cover. One of the familiar chalk symbols is marked on a wall nearby. Floating near the symbol is a spherical, grapefruit-sized creature with a bulging central eye and 4 stumpy eye stalks. It bares its teeth at you.
I hiss
I like
back.
to flash my bow and blow my arrow.
And with that, we're actually going to call it there.
Mark, can you describe this creature in a little more detail?
We can, or I can. I love its description. It's floating near the symbol is a spherical. It's floating in the air. Spherical, grapefruit-sized creature with a bulging central eye and 4 stumpy eye stalks, like a miniature beholder almost. It bares its teeth at you.
What color is it? Do you know?
Is it purple?
I don't know. Let me see. Let me look this up here. It actually looks to be kind of putrid colored.
Do you possibly have an image of it?
Yes, in fact, I can share that with you guys. It is called a gazer.
Oh, it's the beholder's long lost earthy cut.
So it's about, you know,
So cute.
it's
Look
pretty
at
good size. It's floating in the air, you know. And there you go. So
I think we need to befriend this.
We kill it, and we kill it quick.
all of you can see this at once because it makes the sound. Obviously, light goes towards it, you know, if there wasn't already. If you're like, oh my gosh, what is that? And you see this floating thing with teeth and eyes, and it's just going, and it looks like it's trying to scare you, but it actually isn't moving towards you or anything. And with that, we're going to call it there. So I hope those that are watching have enjoyed. Next time we will continue on as they try to find Floon.
We befriend a gazer.
You never know.
Call him George. George
Many
the
stranger
gazer.
things have happened. So I hope you all
Yeah.
enjoyed. Thank you, players, for
Gary,
coming out
maybe
and
Gary
playing
the gazer.
the game. And assuming that all of us are available, we should be playing again next Thursday. We always discuss that ahead of time. If there's any change of plans on that, I'll be sure to post something on the channel. But otherwise, I'll see you all guys next time. So thanks again. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.